I am so glad that I finally managed to force myself to get my ass out of the chair. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while. Today, I've come back out to Chippewa Park to do the whiskey, or at least try to do the Whiskey Jack Trail again. I think last year, Brian and I had come out to do this trail, but it was just after I had surgery on my foot, and we did not make it very far before I had to stop. So today, I'm back out here to do the whole thing. According to all trails, they have the this particular trail listed as 6.92 kilometers, I think. But that pretty much goes from the parking lot, which is over there, down to the point, back around here to where I'm standing, and then down this little point, which I'm going to, back, then down around, then it does a loop on the other side. So this is probably going to be the longest hike I've been on in quite a while. So let's see how the old body holds up today. I'm hoping this trail at this time of year would be a good spot to do some waterfowl photography. I mean, I've got my camera and my big lens in the backpack, which is more weight than I've carried in a while. But I'm really hoping that somewhere along this trail, I'm able to get some pictures of pelicans, which I don't know why, but I never really think of pelicans when I think of Thunder Bay. I'm always thinking like pictures of like waterfronts or wharves in like Miami or California somewhere. You know, like warm tropical places. But apparently more and more pelicans have been showing up here every year, so it's really kind of cool. So fingers crossed we get to see some pelicans today. So far, coming down this trail, it has been, at least in my opinion, like a pretty accessible trail so far. But until you get down to the end of this little point, there is a number of big boulders in the middle of the trail, so you can get most of the way down it, but you can't quite get to the very, very tip. I can't remember if Brian and I made it all the way down here on our last trip, like at least to this point, but we did make it around there and at least up to the start of these rocks on the other side. So it was still a fairly decent little jaunt, especially with a bandage on my big toe. But hopefully we can make it all the way around today. Just made it back down to the start of that little point. And I just realized, because it's been so long since I've done this, that I didn't have my hip belt done up. on my backpack. But I can tell you, doing it up takes a lot of the weight of my camera and lens off my back. It feels really good right now. But clearly, I need to get off my butt and get out here more this year. Because I am rusty. I did remember water today though, so that's a bonus. Looks like more Canada geese out there. All I've seen so far has been Canada geese and some gulls. No pelicans yet. This park is pretty nice. They have a bunch of stuff here. Like, we're going to be going through one of the city's campgrounds here in a second. But up here in the main park, they have a bunch of really cool looking log buildings. I get times there might be like a little cantina or something in the big one here. And then I'm pretty sure I showed it to you in the last video, but they have a little amusement park thing over there that I'll make sure I show you on this one, because it looks like they got some stuff set up. And I don't know if it was set up last time. So, yeah. But now we're just heading through the campground. The other campground, which is Trowbridge Falls, which is way on the other end of town. Pretty sure I've done a couple videos through there. And if I do, I'll link them up top. But they don't have these. Chippewa Campground has a few little cabins you can rent, I believe. So it's kind of cool if you're not really, don't want to haul a trailer and you're not really in for tent camping or something. You come, pick up one of these log cabin-y things. Just walking through the campground here. I'd forgotten how many sites there are. I mean, it's pretty exposed, so you're probably not going to get a whole lot of privacy down in here, but there's a fair number of sites. Like, if you're looking for a bit more privacy, Trowbridge is probably the better municipal campground for that. But yeah, there is. Oh, maybe it's not as many sites. Maybe they just have a lot of divider posts up. But still, your camp right next to the pond here, be pretty. We made it through the campground, heading up across the bridge. I forgot how exposed this part of the trail is. Should have brought my sun hat. I mean, I bought the hat for specifically this reason, and I can never remember to bring it with me. It might just have to be a live in the truck item from now on. But next time. I haven't seen any of the big birds I'm looking for yet, but you can hear a lot of songbirds in the trees. It's really kind of nice, calming. And then also, other than the end of that first point, this has been a pretty wide, flat trail. So, in dry conditions anyways, it could be pretty accessible. So, it's really cool. Now, so far, according to my phone, I've just gone over 2 kilometers and just starting to come up to where I had to turn around last time. I think. Oh yeah, I think I'm getting to the end of this side. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, kind of getting close. I think you can just see the stone wall. I stopped just up there. I had to turn around. There's been a busy little beaver around here somewhere. At least a while ago anyways. Oh. I don't know if that worked out. Tried to get a video of a bumblefly, but I guess we'll just have to see. If you see the clip, it worked. If you don't see the clip, it didn't work. I just made it to the point where I had to turn around last time. I mean, we walked just a little bit up over there to the edge of the rocks. And I had to turn around. So this, you're going that way now, is all uncharted territory. And as of yet, in case you're wondering, I have not seen any pelicans. I am starting to get the distinct feeling that I might be carrying this camera for nothing. Oh well, good practice. There has definitely been a busy little beaver in through here. A lot of little trees been eaten. Just come up to another little junction. And I am just seeing Gonna check all trails again. Okay, yeah. We could head down that way, make the trail a little bit shorter if you wanted to. But I'm gonna head across and head down here. The little causeway out to the point and around the backside of that pond. So I'm really going for it this time. Not a pelican, cormorant. And I can tell you honestly, when he took off, he scared the crap out of me. But in there, probably can't really see it too well, but Mount McKay, right there. One of these videos, I am going to take the hike to the top of Mount McKay. But it might have to wait until I have somebody to come with me, because it does get pretty steep through there, and it'd be nice to have somebody help out with the filming. But that will be coming at some point. There is a pelican. Is he gonna land? I think he is landing. Yes. Let's see if he'll stay there long enough for me to get my camera out. Haha. Yeah, helps if I set the exposure right. That was awesome. Now, I guess the only real question is whether I got any of those pictures in focus. And I really hope that I was able to get a good video of him landing, or her landing on the GoPro. But it was cool. I seen a pelican. Although the mounting plate on my lens was loose. That kind of sucked. And that is why, despite my many years of doing photography and everything like that, I still can't remember to check all my gear before I leave. So if you take anything else away from this video, double check your gear. Don't assume. You might miss the shot. Oh. But other than that, what a beautiful day. I am so glad that I finally managed to force myself to get my ass out of the chair. But I see some bleachers up here, and it is triggering not a memory, because I've never been out here to see it. But I do believe in the winter, if ice conditions are good enough, they do ice racing out here. Given where the bleachers are located, and I'll show you those in a second, I'm guessing it's on this little pond. But other than the fact that it's during the winter, in like January and February, and the older I get, the less and less I like winter, I'd probably come and see it. So there are the bleachers, and it looks like fence posts. So I'm guessing this is where they do ice racing in the winter. Huh. I don't think that's a sport for me. Coming up here to the end of the pond. I see a couple of geese. And they have little goslings with them. See, I don't know if you can see them, but they're right here. I'll try to zoom in a little bit when I'm putting this together. So hopefully you can see them, but oh, they're so cute. Well, made it to the end of the causeway. Where is it? Down there. And now, gonna head up to the point. Really, I don't really see anything out on the water. It's literally just for giggles. Just made it out to the point. And yeah. It's gorgeous out here. Well, I'm going to take a quick break, have a little sit down, and then do the second half of the loop. Yeah. Maybe I'll get lucky and another pelican will stop by, because that would be awesome. Well, this has been gorgeous. This might be one of my new favorite places to come. I mean, it's more or less quiet. I haven't seen too many people out here today. I mean, look at the view. We got the sleeping giant just over there in the distance. And then, probably really can't see it, but Thunder Bay stretching out along over there. I mean, really the only noise that I can hear right now is the mill that's just over there. But even then, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm sitting on a concrete slab, so it, could do with a bench. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how well if you can see it at all. There's a couple of freighters out over there in the bay too. It's just a gorgeous day. Yeah, I think when I'm having a hard time getting out of my room on my days off from work, I really need to remember this feeling right now. And hopefully that will help me get out, because I have been struggling to get out this year. But yeah, this is just gorgeous. But I'm going to sit here for a few more minutes and then get back on the trail. Well, that was a nice little relaxing break out here on this point. But I can hear people coming. So I think it is time to start making my way back. Yep. But God, look at that. The clouds coming in a little bit, making the sky look pretty. But yeah, time to head back. Just made it off the point. Yes, I'm going. God, cranky. I don't know if you can hear them, but geese are honking. Anyways, just made it off the point. Headed back down the second part of the loop, and so far there's basically just dirt road. Just got done walking through that big open stretch next to the field. We're back into the trees. Nice. It's starting to get warm out. I am really glad that I actually remembered to bring water. I did, however, forget to bring snacks. I mean, look at the size of me. How do I forget snacks? What is that? I think that's a... I don't know if you can see it. That was a sandhill crane that just flew over. That is also on my bucket list of birds I want to take pictures of. Well, we are coming up to another little junction. And I think I'll have to double check the map. But I think if we go that way, it'll take us out to the main road by the mill. And this way will take us back to Chippewa. But I will check the map and double check. Apparently, no I won't, because cell signal is not good enough to check the map here. So we are going to go this way and hope it works out. Oh, so one more thing. My dog count for this hike so far is about to be up to 7. Which is cool. Just past the doggos. They came to say hi. It was awesome. But look at the view now. Here's Mount McKay again. This is a wonderful little trail. And let us see. According to my phone, I am up to 4.7 kilometers. It's a good little hike. There we are, coming up to another little pond. I didn't realize there were so many ponds back here. This is such a great little walk. A little swampy section. And coming up to the bridge, but I am not coming up to it in the direction that I thought. I think might be able to see the bridge right there. Huh. I thought I'd be hitting the bridge kind of straight on. I guess that's what makes this an adventure. There we go, getting back to the bridge. So when I started down the back half of the trail, I thought I was going to come down this trail, not that one. So apparently Gonna have to come back here at some point, find out where that trail goes. But overall, other than the other than when I walked out to the point, this has been a fairly flat trail. Not a whole lot of big bumps, anything like that. The only issue of like accessibility is maybe getting around this gate. I mean, that side is fairly wide open. Got a bit of a hurdle with the guardrail right there. And this side is rutted out. So, yeah, who knows, it could be a good little trail if you have mobility issues. But now, back through the campground, back towards the truck. Just coming back up in the main building area, getting closer to the little amusement park. And more importantly, closer to my truck. Because I am very ready to take this backpack off. But yeah, as I'm going by, I'll show you the amusement park rides. It's not big, but could be fun for the kiddos. Oh, almost some shade right there. All right, Chippewa Park Carousel. Maybe pause that so you could read it. But according to the plaque, it was constructed between 1918 and 1920. So it's like, there you go. I think I mentioned it in the last video when I was out here, but it's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, operating carousels in Canada. It's kind of cool. With all the horses. It's really cool. I think they have bumper cars in there, whether they still do or not. I don't know. I think I see them. And then other little rides, tilt-a-whirl, little rocket ships, little boats it looks like, toboggans, because we're Northern Ontario, need toboggans every year. They used to have a little roller coaster, but I think they took that out. Well, yeah, that's it. I'll show you the bumper cars as I walk by. And then back to the truck. So yeah, the bumper cars. I'm not 100% sure when it opens. I think maybe this weekend coming, next weekend. Beginning of June, maybe. Well, yeah, that's it. A little bit further to the truck, but oh, shade, nice. too dark. That's it. I'm almost back to the truck. Thank you for joining me as I actually completed more or less the Whiskey Jack loop. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more adventures, consider subscribing. All right? Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.